three words, if you could choose three words to describe Mike, what would they be?
Dynamic, driven, sentimental.
He's fiercely loyal to his friends. He's extremely competitive. He's possessed at times. So what does that mean? He's full of passion.
Mike is a very ethical, moral individual. He always does the right thing, and he runs his business that way, and his personal life is the same way. His ethics are unquestionable, that's for sure.
Mike is a man of integrity. What he says is what he does, and above all, that's how he lives his life. I think that's how he interacts with other people, and that's certainly what he tries to instill in our sons, that your word is the most important thing, and you have to live up to what you say you're going to do.
Yeah, Mike is a CEO, and he's a CEO at home. He makes sure his kids know that hard work is not an option. Those are the earliest rising kids I've ever seen.
My dad's the best guy I know. Like any young boy growing up, they want to be like their dad. He's dedicated, he's driven, he's probably the hardest working man I've ever met.
Hockey was a great passion of his, still is.
He's abnormally strong. Like, he has a great shot. He could score on me. He scored a few goals on me, but don't tell him, but I let him in. I'm just kidding.
Loves to play golf.
We've been in the desert many times. He has the uncanny ability to hit his ball into the desert. He always finds his ball, and it's always playable. You draw your own conclusion.
Mike will sit there after I've hit the ball and look at me and say, "You are god-awful, why don't you give it up?" But when it comes to being handy, Mike is just awful. He's the least handy guy I've ever met in my life. The first time I asked him for a tool, he brought out his toolbox, and it was similar to the tool kit that I gave my 4-year-old son when he was growing up.
A dancer. He's a great dancer, and throughout his high school years, although I never saw it, he had a dance named after him, and it was called the Richmond Hill Strut. Everyone just sort of circles around and Mike does his thing.
He's had some health issues, and that slowed him down a little bit recently, but I'll tell you that he's one of the most committed guys that I've seen.
Mike just approaches everything with a positive attitude, and he has a real drive. So even though I think in some ways this has helped him with his illness, to know that he still has something to say, something to offer.
I saw Mike at home during his toughest times where he was sick, and he would drag himself to work.
Even though he's dealing with his thing, he still feels a sense of responsibility to the industry.
And he'd fly to Winnipeg, and he'd fly to Dallas, and he'd come back, and I'd hear the shower at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he was off again. I'd be like, wow.
I think he got up before me this morning, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I have meetings, I gotta go." I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Work to be done, son. If I don't do it, it's not gonna get done."
Mike was greatly influenced by his father, very strong, very hardworking person. Certainly someone that I think Mike looked up to and modeled a lot of his characteristics.
He instilled a lot of qualities in myself and my two brothers that have made us who we are today, and we owe a great debt to him.
I would say that Ken would be very proud of all that Mike has accomplished. He was a good role model, set good examples, and for him to look down on him now and see all that he's accomplished, I think he'd be very, very proud of him.
If there's one takeaway or one lesson I would keep from my dad, it was the lesson of integrity. Doing what you say, your words have meaning. That would be something he's driven home to our family ever since I can remember.
I remember the days that we all went out and skated. I mean, we'd skate with the boys, and then we'd have Tim Hortons afterwards. I mean, those were the days. So we played hard and worked hard and cleaned the rink, and those are great memories that can't be taken away.
Mike loves trucking tremendously, and he's involved, he's engaged, He's brought so many good ideas to so many people over so many years.
He is a very passionate person. He does things to the best of his ability, and so I think he has served the industry very well because he just doesn't turn it on and off. He has no off switch.
He's a huge supporter of our industry and the OTA. When you look at the different events that take place, you'll always see his thumbprint on that event somehow. He's the first one to step up and sponsor events. He sits on panels. He does lots of research to make sure that when he's representing our industry, that he's representing it to the best of his ability.
He believes in the industry. He believes in the people that work in the industry, and he does his best to support and wants the best outcome for all those involved.
Stand by me, nobody knows the way it's gonna be. Stand by me, nobody knows the way it's gonna be. Stand by me.
It's kind of ironic. He's been on stage year after year presenting this award. And if he thought that was going to go unnoticed and he wasn't going to be the recipient at some time, he was sadly mistaken.
Mikey, I love you like a sister, man. Okay, not that. Mike, congratulations. I'm extremely proud of you. I cherish our relationship that we've had for many years.
Okay, Mike, on behalf of all your friends in the industry and everybody at Bison and Marianne and I, we are so thrilled that you're the recipient this year. You've earned it. Congratulations, and please know we all love you.
Congratulations, Mike. Well deserved.
Congratulations, Dad, on the award. Very proud of you. You know, this is only tip of the iceberg.
Congratulations, Mike. We love you.
Yeah, he's my hero.
Stand by me, and nobody